Akbar the Great ruled most of South Asia in the 16th and early 17th century. Akbar was an extraordinary figure. So what made this man so great? What is his legacy? And what can we learn in the example that he left for future generations? Born in Umarkat, India, in 1542, Akbar the Great took over as ruler of the Mughal Empire when he was only 14 years old. Although Akbar was born into a Sunni Muslim family, he received an education by two Persian Shia scholars on religious matters. After several triumphant military conquests, which expanded his empire as far north as modern-day Afghanistan and as far east as Bengal, Akbar began to implement an inclusive approach toward non-Muslims, ushering in an era of religious tolerance based off the Sufi concept of Sulh Kul, or peace to all. Despite never learning how to read or write, Akbar the Great was a curious thinker who constantly yearned for knowledge. His son Salim, who would later take the name of Emperor Jahangir, said that Akbar was always associated with the learned of every creed and religion, and always in intercourse with the learned and the wise. Throughout his rule, Akbar invited theologians, poets, scholars, and philosophers of Christian, Hindu, Jain, and Zoroastrian faiths to carry out a dialogue about religion. As his interest in other religions expanded, Akbar amassed a library that consisted of more than 24,000 volumes of Hindi, Persian, Greek, Latin, Arabic, and Kashmiri texts. Akbar was so convinced of the commonalities among religions that he attempted to unite them in creating his very own religion, known as the Din-e-Ilahi, or the religion of God. Ideas from Sufism, most notably from the scholar Ibn Arabi, Akbar looked at how major religions could be synthesized in their shared belief in the Almighty. In creating the Din-e-Ilahi and breaking away from the notion of Islam's superiority over all other religions, Akbar achieved his single greatest feat, liberating the Mughal state from its domination by the conservative clerics. Akbar the Great's departure from orthodoxy also appears in a letter from 1582 to King Philip II of Spain. Rather than learning only from Muslims' court, Akbar stated that he mingled with learned men of all religions. Akbar added that too many people do not investigate their religious arguments and instead blindly follow the religion in which they were born and educated. In challenging people to open their minds to knowledge outside of their own religious traditions, Akbar insinuated that no single religion has a monopoly on the truth. Akbar also went to great lengths to integrate non-Muslims into the Mughal Empire. After conquering the area of Rajput, he did not forcibly convert Hindus to Islam, but accommodated their religious demands by securing their freedom of public prayer and allowing Hindus to build and repair their Hindu temples. Akbar the Great's tolerance of other religions is also notable in his marriage to women of various faiths, most notably Jodhabai, a Hindu daughter of the House of Jaipur. Akbar also took a Christian wife, Maria Zamani Begum, who had her own chapel in one of Akbar's palaces. Akbar's regard for Christianity is also visible in the Buland Darwazi, a large gate structure at the city of Fatehpur Sikri, on which he had transcribed the Quranic inscription. Jesus, son of Mary, said, "The world is as a bridge, pass over it, but build no houses on it. He who hopes for an hour may hope for eternity. The world endures but an hour. Spend it in prayer, for the rest is unseen." One of Akbar's greatest legacies is the Ibadat Khana, or House of Worship. Built in 1575 in the city of Fatehpur Sikri, the Khana originally served as a forum for open debate among Sunni Muslims. But following several petty debates which turned Sunni men against each other, Akbar changed the Khana into an edifice where people of all religions could gather to participate in interfaith dialogue. In the Khana and elsewhere, Akbar would recognize no difference between religions, his object being to unite all men in a common bond of peace. Despite his efforts in building an empire based in tolerance, Akbar's pluralist vision for Mughal society was short-lived. His great-grandson, Aurangzeb, who also reigned as a Mughal emperor, would end religious tolerance altogether by taking measures to reimpose the jizya and demolish Hindu temples. Not long after Aurangzeb's rule, the Mughals were invaded by the British, who swiftly conquered the divided Indian subcontinent. Ultimately, Akbar the Great's life shows us that when tolerance reigns, societies flourish, and when tolerance ceases to exist, so do empires.
Anjaninan